Hey, this is Amy from Notmoira.etsy.com, and I am excited to say that this is Indy 5's first theme week. The theme this week is 5 questions for Indy 5. Question number 1 is, what is an art or a craft that you would really like to learn? And there aren't many things that I wouldn't at least give a shot. I like trying all different new things, and that's why I have so much junk in my house. But let's see. There's a few things that I'm, fairly serious about trying out. I'd like to try soap making. I actually have tried it, but I haven't gotten good at it yet. I bought like a kit and some other things to get started, but I haven't really had enough time to devote to it. And another thing that I would like to get back to is sewing. Back in the day, I took home ec classes and such. I know that's kind of dorkish, but so I kind of got the basics of sewing and everything, and I think the fanciest thing that I ever had to sew was a pair of boxer shorts for home ec in 9th grade. But I learned a good amount, and I really like doing it, so I wish I could get back to that. I have a super sweet sewing machine that my mother-in-law gave me that is from the 70s, and yes, it is like 35 pounds, but it is it works really well, so I'm hoping one day to get back to that. Number 2 is, who is your favorite band or musician? And it's really hard for me to pick a favorite. It's kind of hard, but it's kind of easy. Dave Matthews Band is my absolute favorite, I guess you could say. I feel like I'm cheating on all my other bands when I say that, but I've loved them for a long time, and I've seen them many times in the teens somewhere. Some other favorites, long-time favorite, like all my life favorites, the Beatles. Have every album, everything that ever came out of their mouth, essentially, and I enjoy most of their solo careers. I say most. John Lennon and Paul McCartney specifically. A few things by George Harrison. Elton John is another huge one. I've seen him several times in concert. And Billy Joel, he's another one that I love. For some reason, like pretty much all the music I listen to is older, with the exception, like I said, Dave Matthews. And there are a few new indie type artists that are out there these days, like Jamie Cullum is one. He's a Brit, and he kind of does, it's kind of like modern jazz, I guess. He's a favorite. Ray LaMontagne, David Gray, he's another one that I like. I could go on forever about all the music I love. My iTunes is slam full, as is my iPod. So, what is my favorite thing to shop for on Etsy? Everything. I don't know, I've become obsessed looking for things, but for the most part, I like to find things on Etsy that are really unique, that I know that I can't find anywhere else. So, I don't know, things that are pretty much ridiculous and things that you really don't ever need in life, like, things with mustaches on them, or, random really weird things that you would never actually need. That's usually what I end up buying on Etsy. Number 4 is, what is your favorite book? And this is really bad, but I don't really have an absolute favorite, and I was an English minor when I was in undergrad. So that's pretty sad that I minored in English and I don't have an absolute favorite. Some favorites are, well, I'll say one is The Great Gatsby. I really like that. I'm trying to think. I've read all kinds of things, but these days I'm not really a huge reader. I was more into like poetry and things like that, short stories, than I was actual books. Read The Lord of the Rings, of course I love that. Read most of the Harry Potters, I like those, but mostly these days I read just that, cheesy chick lit stuff. And my favorite author of all that is Jen Lancaster, and she's freaking hilarious and so snarky and just right up my alley. So I really like her stuff, and she has a new book coming out soon, so I'm pretty pumped about it. And the last question is, what is your favorite way to spend a weekend? And I can do that in 2 words: crafts and margaritas.